A Kyalami. High-flying cars, quads and motorcycles provide the ultimate in off-road action. Proudly brought to you by Total Unleaded.
Welcome to Kyalami. It's not the Grand Prix circuit this time, it's an off-road circuit, the second round of the Total Super Series 96. And this brings off-road racing, normally seen across the deserts of Botswana or up in the mountains of Lesotho, brings it right to the public here at Kyalami. There's 4 categories of racing. We've got motorcycles, we've got those spectacular quads, we've got production vehicles, and we've also got those specials. Here are some of the highlights of today's racing. There's Van der Walt. Buckham's gone to the front. No, elbow to elbow as they go down there. Magnificent circuit for this sort of racing. As they go over these jumps, and number 50 trying to come through on the inside. Those are on the smaller ones. That's Christopher van der Merwe. So that's Van der Walt in the front. Over the whoop-de-doos. Then it is Buckham. Then it is Van der Merwe on number 50. Looking over his shoulder, he doesn't have to worry. These 3 are the ones that are fighting it out. This is a 15-minute race. That's a lap. It's one that's going to really tire them. Normally seen out in the mountains of Lesotho across the deserts of Botswana. These riders now right in front are enjoying their circuit racing, and these 3 are giving it absolutely everything. And David is almost unbeatable this form of racing, but these others are giving chase. It's neck and neck with Buckham. They've got to concentrate so hard on the lefts and rights of this circuit. 77 and Buckham right in his tail is Van der Merwe. But Van der Walt is the man that is doing all the winning at the moment. He just leans his body in, as you can see. That's the lead he's got at the moment. Looks unbeatable, is unbeatable. These 2 others are fighting it out just behind him. Getting it into heavy trouble. A lot of power goes to the back wheels. Very sophisticated little vehicles. Look all wrong for racing. How they stay on their wheels is anybody's guess. They've got disc, and Van der Merwe is making a comeback. There's the leader, Van der Walt in the front, really in a hurry. They're just leaning his body in. He can 2-wheel it. He gets it on the side on 2 wheels. It's over the whip-tees. There's Christopher van der Merwe. There's these 2, still at it. This is the race that's going on at the moment. It's neck and neck stuff. Van der Merwe, he's just summing up where he's going quickly. That's the bottom of the circuit. Now they start climbing up. The little loop in the inside. There's a right-hander and a left-hander, and they start this long climb up the hills of Kyalami, up the Leerklop Hill. Now they start opening it up. Here they come to start-finish line, or to the finish line. Still the man who's been in, he led the race initially. He got into second spot, and there's a tear-off coming off Christopher van der Merwe's goggles. He's been taking all the muck just behind him. Tries it on the inside, doesn't work. This is the one who needs to do it. It's a long right-hand uphill corner, very, very difficult. As you can see, they go right to the outside of the circuit. Now it's a left-hander. Lean the bodies in, get it onto 2 wheels, sliding. It's spectacular racing. Very sophisticated little machines. They can do any mods they like as long as they keep a standard carburetor. They're all 2-stroke engines, these ones. Long travel suspension. Van der Merwe desperately looking for a way through, eating all the dirt. Into the centre of the circuit. Come up a very steep climb there. They're up into the top shelf, onto those whip-tees. Typical control. They have a mixture of sitting down and standing. And he looks like he's getting closer. Here's those whip-de-doos now. Then the bike, that quad can so easily get away from you onto the smoother part of the circuit. Down to the bottom of the track. And now these 2 start to climb up. There's a little loop in the center here. They'll start climbing up past the finish line. And he gets the checkered flag. He just idles across there. Another fine win there for Wikus van Deventer. There he is. 10 seconds ahead of Clint Buckham and Christopher van der Merwe in second position.
Ek dink is dit jammer dat die ander ouens is nie hierso nie. Regtig, dit kom die reis baie interessanter gemaak het. Maar die baan is baie harde werk, maar baie lekker. Ek geniet dit. Ek wil net baie dankie sê aan Jojo Tanks wat my borg. Baie dankie.
Motorcycles, an all-time record entry here at the Total Off-Road Super Series, the circuit both on the side of the Leerkop Hill. Heads down, watching the start, and we're in business. As they go down the hill, number 513 goes into the lead. And you can hear 4 strokes and 2 strokes in that whole pack. Alfie Cox is in the pack at the moment. He'll be starting to move his way through this field. There he is. Cox has gone to the front. Jeremy Davies, you can hear the thunder of that big 4-stroke. There's Cox now, leaning forward in the handlebars, steadying foot going out. Hard man to beat in any sort of company. A lot of overseas experience. Many times South African Euro champion, a motocrosser of note, as well as they tear down towards us this big field of motorcycles. The red ones are the Hondas. The yellow ones you can see there now are the KTMs, the Austrian KTMs. And giving big chase there, number 400, is Alan Julian. As the red flag has gone out, the red flag has been shown, and that is going to stop this race. There's a rider down. And we'd hardly said that everybody was in the saddle. The rider's gone down, and the red flag has come out. Mark Ansley's taking a tumble. The paramedics very quickly onto the scene there to attend to him, make him more comfortable. It's still Julian. Cox hasn't got an answer to him yet. In third spot is Jeremy Davies. Then we've got number 29 comes along next. And that's Graham McLaughlin. Graham McLaughlin's well placed in there as well. Another one of the Lesotho Office Equipment Hondas. Here's Alfie Cox now. The first time he's been behind another rider. He's starting to swallow dust and stones and dirt. He's keeping wide. That's clever riding. Doesn't get right in behind his back wheel. He'll be getting blasted with stones against his chest guard. Here's the whoops coming up now. See the determination, the body language there. Hear the whoops. The washboard as it goes over that. And Julian has opened up a gap. He's opened up a gap of another second. His head is not turning around to worry about him at the moment. Absolutely on a roll. Alan Julian, the first time he's led Alfie Cox in one of these total off-road Super Series races. Alfie's going wide. He's getting the power on. He's looking for a grip with that big 360 KTM, that Pro Action Castrol KTM. Here he comes up the hill now. And they've taken the flag. And the winner there, Alan Julian, takes it on number 400 ahead of Alfie Cox on the KTM.
After the beginning of the first start, Alfie managed to pull a bit of a gap, which I just couldn't really get close enough to make any kind of strike. Then the safety car came out onto the track. We went right up back to the front. When the pace car eventually pulled off, I was right behind Alfie, and luckily at the bottom of the circuit he made a bit of a mistake. They've got a section of whoopsie-doos, and luckily I got past him, and there was 1 lap to go, and managed to hold it off to the end.
Minutes and a lap to go, and we've got Cassie Kutsi goes through the inside. This is V8 4-wheel drive Land Rovers and Range Rovers. There you are. D69 is Colin Frankenberg, and the man they want to beat is the 2-wheel drive turbocharged Toyota, already going sideways, and that's Cassie Kutsi. Long travel suspension. It's a right out sideways as you come. Not often you see vehicles like this under control going that sideways. That suspension is unbelievable. It's Cliffy Barker in second spot, then it's Frankenberg in third. Circuit that really suits them, tests their suspension to the absolute full. It's a turbocharged Toyota in the front, getting it sideways. Cliffy Barker, the South African champion. Colin Frankenberg comes next. A little further back we got Lance Wiedemann in a rotary engine Volkswagen Beetle as they head down the circuit. Coming up now, up the Leerkop Hill. Cliffy Barker's hanging on this lovely sounding V8 Land Rover. Can you believe a Land Rover? You'd normally go around here in a 4-wheel drive very, very slowly indeed. But here they're going flat out, going over the jumps and bumps, climbing the hill. It's up the Leerkop Hill. Sideways goes Cassie. It's just taking just over a minute a lap. Down the hill goes. That's very, very fast indeed. He gets it sideways. He can so easily go over the edge there into those tyres. He was the man who won overall. He's leading on points the championship at the moment, this Total Off-Road Series. Here comes Colin Frankenberg in a Range Rover. You've never seen a Range Rover ever been driven like that in your lives before. Then we've got Mark Corbett coming along the SVM, not too far behind them. Mike Redden's there in his Land Rover as well. They want to really beat. He's working hard as he comes up to finish his second lap. Is Kasi Katsi in that Castrol Toyota. Turbocharged, two-wheel drive with unbelievable travel in that suspension. One of these cars, one of these production vehicles that have been racing in the Mickey Thompson series overseas. This is the type of vehicle you see. And Barker, what an account he's giving of himself in second position. The gap between the two of them is just on 4.5 seconds. Colin Frankenberg's not too far behind them either. A D69, this is a Range Rover. Out there racing, V8 engine. He's further behind now. He's 8 seconds behind Barker. Oh, and that's Redden now getting into the tyres. That's going to not do his chances any good. Looks like the front wheel's totally out of line there. And he's pulled to the side of the circuit. Easy to catch you out this sort of circuit, the speeds they're going. He starts up the long hill up to Leerkop and starts powering it on. There he is. He's well in control now. And Barker is there. Now getting bogged down a wee bit at the bottom of the circuit. He's losing a wee bit of time. Oh, he's got a puncture. He's got a puncture, and that's a pity. Barker's gone out. Cliff Barker's out of this one. He won't be able to carry on much longer than that. A driver of note, Kasi Katsi, popular with the crowd, spectacular, absolutely knows only one position for their throttle, and that's absolutely flat out. Corners to go, and Cassie's going to win his first race here at the Kyle Army round of the Total Off-Road Super Series. Here he comes with the flag. Kasi Katsi, first winner in the production vehicles for the day.
Circuit's quite tight. We didn't expect it this morning. What happened on the previous race, we find another 50 horses more in the car, and we work on the suspension and traction, and that's a benefit. The first race, we was quite surprised.
Special vehicles, they've got Volkswagen engines, they've got Porsche engines in here as well. Roscoe's the man in front. That's the man they're coming up to lap. He stopped earlier in the race. That's Tris Kunica, and the leader is just behind him. You see his hard work in those vehicles. There's the leader. He was second overall to J.J. Borman from Botswana at the first meeting at Geritech. And this Harry Pascoe is just Roscoe is all action. Getting it sideways, coming up to some of the others. He's starting to lap the field already. We've just been going 3 minutes into this race. In second spot, we've still got 17 is leading, and then we've got Wade Perkins, and then we've got number 77 in third spot. And that's Wolf-Peter Pumpai. Rob Sands is in there, Doe de Beer. And we've got a new leader. Roscoe's come to a stop. And Wade Perkins in the Sandmaster, the man who was fighting out with him early in this race, as Roscoe gets out. There's the leader. Second man, your picture, coming to win this race. Perkins got a few corners to go, still hangs in there. Doesn't want to take any chances of winning this one. This is going to do his points chances a lot of good. Going to put him way up the points table. And the stricken vehicle there of Harry Roscoe at the side of the circuit. Just a corner or two to go. Here he comes, the flag's waiting for him. He comes up and Maxmore hasn't passed him on the way to the flag. And the winner of this race is number one.
I just got to rely on a bit of luck, and the faster guys in front of me with the faster motors had problems, and I just held it together and came in first.